So welcome to Strange Paths, a podcast where we read choose your own adventure style stories. We are your hosts.
Oh,
I'm
Stephanie! That's a big spike on the on the sound levels. Paul, say your name again.
Why?
Because I beat you.
Oh, okay. I'm Paul.
I already said it.
Well, I guess I'm Megan then. Here at the end.
Unfortunately, Steph couldn't join us tonight.
Yeah, she's
So it'll just
dead.
be myself and Megan.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Ghost Stephanie is reading, so I don't know what you guys are going to be doing for however long.
We'll just be randomly responding to nothing every now and then.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, what do you think? Well, today I'm going to read, and I'm going to read Snake Invasion
Ooh.
by Doug Wilhelm.
It sounds terrible.
I can't wait to get invaded
I
by
don't mean-
snakes.
I mean, the book will probably be a masterpiece. I'm just saying the subject matter sounds terrible.
Paul doesn't like snakes.
Oh, I like
Yes.
them.
He doesn't like to be invaded, all of his orifices, by snakes.
Okay, I didn't immediately go to like a sexual snake invasion.
I didn't say it was sexual. Jeez.
they're
Sensual.
If I'm being violated in my orifices by snakes,
They're just getting in any way they can to eat on your organs. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not sexual. God.
Yeah.
This guy. Am I right?
He doesn't know about sensuality. Sensuality. He's gotta learn.
Yeah.
Let's
definitely.
school him, Ghost.
Ooh, it's so sad.
October.
All right, here's the cover. Coming towards you.
Oh, that is sensual.
So it's a man about town with a button-down white shirt and
Nice teeth.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got a nice
nice
set of
teeth.
chompers.
possibly just one eye. Hard to say. But he's lying on the ground,
Or in his
possibly
bed.
having an epileptic fit, while snakes are trying to calm him by laying on him.
Yeah. Or he's just like laughing hysterically because he loves being tickled by all the snakes that are all over him.
Or he loves getting massaged
Oh, yeah. They're doing a really good job.
in a candlelit room with oils. Snake oils.
Right.
The best kind.
I'm gonna guess that he's a scientist
He seems like a scientist.
because there's like a vial of black liquid that's spilled on the floor
Well,
above
that's
him.
snake oil.
Yeah. So he's in the makeup trade. Like skincare.
Right. Or he was like he's like a chemist and he was trying to create something new and he accidentally made snakes.
Ooh, or maybe somebody, like he was doing his science stuff, and since he's such a nerd, somebody played a trick on him and put like the snakes in a can near him, and so he opened it, but it was real snakes!
That is the
And
best
it was
trick.
so many. It's like a really big can.
One
It's
year,
especially good if you have the can, like you hold on to it for a few months without opening it,
Oh god.
why?
They're all dead.
because then it just launches dead snakes at you.
Doesn't launch anything, they just sit there.
Do they ever launch? Wait, do they ever put real snakes in those? Was that like an original
I don't
snake in a
know.
can idea?
It's a funny joke.
One year I
Yeah, I
did
don't
that
know.
to Tim when I was his Secret Santa. I gave him
Real
those
snakes?
for one of his presents. No, I should have thought about that, but I'm
I
stupid.
feel like
so
I
I-
don't like that.
Maybe.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, but after this, I need to look up one of those toys because I haven't seen one of those in forever.
It's just a can with snakes.
No.
No.
If it was just a can with snakes, I could just pick it up at the grocery store or something.
What?
What are you
Talking
talking about? You're insane. Anyway, let's read the warning. Since, it's been so long, everybody forgot. Okay, beware and warning. This book is different from other books. You and you alone are in charge of what happens in this story. There are dangers, choices, adventures, and consequences. You must use all your wits and much of your keen intelligence. It's making some assumptions here. It shouldn't be. The wrong decision could end in disaster, even death. But don't despair. At any time, you can go back and make another choice, alter the path of your story, and change its result. You and your family have just moved into a brand new neighborhood at the edge of the Florida Everglades. I don't know why I made that into a Georgia thing, but the Florida
You know,
Everglades.
the Florida Everglades in Georgia.
Last week, a guide came to your school to give a talk about the enormous Burmese pythons that are taking over the mysterious wetland, which seems really exciting until your dog Zelda goes missing. Oh, God.
Zelda!
Are they starting a story making us think about our dog being squeezed to death?
Oh, no.
Or hugged to death.
No!
Poor Grinds is really upset by that. She's like, I could get squeezed to death! Other pets in the neighborhood have been disappearing lately. This is turning out to be a nightmare, which I guess is fine because choose your own nightmare instead of adventure. And your best guess is that they're becoming something's dinner. You've been told never to step foot in the Everglades full of alligators and ghostly legends, not to mention giant snakes. When you and your best friend Jackson throw caution to the wind, what you find you could never have imagined. Will you make it out of the wetland alive? These pythons have no natural enemies, and they eat almost everything.
God.
Yes.
Jeez,
So,
they're-
I'm going to say the unexpected thing that we find is true love.
Oh.
with Jackson or with the snake?
Snake.
Or with the ghostly legend?
Okay, so Jackson's going to turn out to be a bunch of snakes in a coat.
Oh. It's
I'm on
like that
board already.
the kid from the Wayside School stories that was a bunch of rats in a raincoat or whatever.
Yeah.
Could there be anything sexier?
Right?
All right.
Whenever I think of those stories, I always think of that kid who couldn't do math correctly, but he always got the answer right. Well,
he's a tribute, or like he's a lesson to us all.
Well, no, they would like ask him to count to 10, and he would like say all these random numbers, but still end on 10 at the right spot.
He's a genius.
I mostly
Something
think of
like
that student flavored ice cream one.
Oh God.
Do you remember?
Every bar is different.
No.
They just made ice cream flavors based on that taste like all the various students in the class, and like Marsha was the
Ew.
best flavor.
How do they know?
I don't know.
Taste test.
And they're tasting on everybody
Yeah.
during nap time. All right, you ready?
Believe so.
Yes.
All right, there's a pounding on your front door. You're expecting Jackson. He's your friend who comes over to play video games after school. But this isn't a here I am, power up battle zone sort of knock. This is a fast pounding, open up quick knock. It's Jack, and he's breathing hard. He looks panicked. Who's Jack?
Jackson?
It's probably short for Jackson.
Who the hell is this Joker?
No, Jack.
Jack's what he refers to himself when he's afraid.
Yeah.
And he knocks weird.
Jumpin' Jack. He looks panicked and he's dumped his bike on your lawn. Spotting that, you feel a prickle of worry. Your dad is super strict. If he sees any digs in the grass, he'll get really upset. Jeez, he has nothing better to care about.
He'll beat you with an inch of your life with his belt.
Look at this divot, you son of a bitch!
It's going to match the one in your head.
Okay, he keeps saying it's hard enough to keep a lawn alive, but the heat and weird bugs in your brand new neighborhood at the edge of the Everglades, Florida's gigantic, mysterious wetland. But Jackson knocks that worry out of your mind. Breathlessly, he wheezes, "Your dog!" Then he shouts it, "Your dog!" What, you say? She's in the backyard. Jack shakes his head. He really likes little Zelda. Every time he comes over, he stops by your backyard first to say hello. An invisible fence keeps her in the yard. Zelda likes Jack too. After he leaves her, she always yaps and yaps. You realize something. Zelda is not yapping. Dude, she's not there anymore, Jack says. His eyes are wide and scared. There was this... I couldn't believe it. It was huge. What was huge? You're like sweating. The snake! Oh my god, there was a snake. Jack, you say. What happened? It's like 10 feet long, I swear, he gasps. He carried her away in its mouth. I think it's going for the water. Come on, we have to stop it before it gets away with her. Come on!
Zelda!
Right?
So is it 10 feet soft?
Disgusting. Anyway, you glance backward towards the kitchen. You and your little sister have an after-school babysitter who drives you crazy. In what way, am I right?
Sensual.
Yeah. And like she's probably sexually harassing you way, or
Well,
like
I've
she's
got a
annoying.
picture to look at, so.
Oh.
Yowza. Auga. Okay. You're way too old for a babysitter, but not too old for a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say that.
No, it doesn't. Every afternoon, every other week, when you're with your dad, Juliana is here making dinner. This is the worst part. She's a nut about weird, healthy foods.
Ugh.
She isn't. You idiot! I'm a growing boy. I need mac and cheese.
Yeah, chicken tenders.
Yeah, where's my candies, Juliana? What's all this shouting? Juliana asks. She's munching a carrot stick like a bitch. One of her more normal foods. In her hand is a wooden spoon. She's probably been mixing up some lentil, kale, tofu, seaweed thing. Nothing. It's nothing, you say. Jack's a little wound up, that's all. We need to step outside to talk. Why is it being so weird? Just say,
Love
get
with
out of
her.
here.
Yeah. Or you don't want her to know about your secret love affair with Jackson.
Yeah, I guess. Or maybe you're like, I know where that carrot's been. I'm sorry, please take that out. You push Jack back out the front door and follow.
I'm not taking that out.
You shut the door behind you so Juliana can't hear. She likes to make reports, in quotes, to your dad. Really helpful. Why is he being such a snot? Let's go, Jack says. We have to move fast. How big did you say this snake is? Like 10 feet, at least, he says. It's one of those pythons like in that video, remember? You remember very well. Last
Whoa.
week in Everglades, you saw it and you got ideas.
I was hoping that it wouldn't explain it.
Yeah.
It's just like, you remember the video.
Oh, you remember.
Anyway.
Yeah, you just do. Last week, an Everglades guide came to your school and gave a talk with scary videos about the enormous Burmese pythons that are overrunning the huge wetland. He just came to scare the shit out of the kids.
Did he like flex a bunch while he was talking about it?
Yeah.
Look at these pythons are taking over for sure. Many Floridians bought the baby snakes as pets, but when the creatures started growing really big, lots of people let their pets loose at the edge of the Everglades. Oh my god. Other pythons were liberated when hurricanes, which have been happening more and more often, wrecked roadside attractions like Florida Reptile World and gators and snakes. The Burmese python is not a Florida native. It's an invasive species, and it has no natural enemies here. Fully grown, the snakes average 10 to 15 feet long. By now, the expert said, there may be 250,000 of them in the Everglades. They eat almost everything.
I'm glad that they clarified that the Burmese python is not native to Florida.
It's not from Burma, Florida, guys.
Yeah. It's like the
What are you
African
thinking?
lion isn't native to America, guys.
He's not a native New Yorker, okay? But who is? All right, your dog has been traveling with you and your sister from your mom's house to your dad's since they got divorced 2 years ago. For your little sister especially, Zelda has been the one thing she could hold on to. The snake, too. It's the one thing he could hold on to, his mouth.
So now I'm more suspect of the babysitter and her reports to your dad.
Are they like secret reports? Like she has to go into the room with him and give a report, quote unquote?
Mm-hmm.
This is getting hot and heavy in every possible way we could think that it is.
Yep. Would have known.
Okay, come on! Jack's almost frantic. Got a baseball bat? Sure, in the garage. Then go grab it. But you're thinking, a 10-foot snake? Your mind is working fast. That's a really weird next sentence
That's
to have.
over 9 feet, guys.
9 feet and counting. I should call my dad at work, you say. He'll call the cops or animal rescue. I'd hate to get that cop call. Too slow, Jack says, shaking his head. But you could call animal rescue. They'll know what to do. Look under emergency numbers, front of the phone book. Your friend turns to go. That snake left a trail in the grass. I'm going to go chase it, he says. We have to move. You imagine the muscular predator making for the swamp. Zelda squirming in its jaws. You shouldn't go after it with Jack, right? The Everglades guide said pythons aren't poisonous. They swallow their prey whole, but slowly. If you can catch the snake and bash it with the bat, maybe it will let Zelda go. But you've both been told never, ever to step into the watery expanse beyond your backyard. Right back there is the Everglades, home of alligators, ghostly legends, and those monstrous snakes. What hope could two kids have to stopping a hungry 10-foot python? Maybe you better call animal rescue right now while Jack tracks the animal. But what if Jack goes into the wetland alone? He's so wound up, he just might. You're torn and confused. Come on, Jack says, decide! So do you want to beat the shit out of it with a bat? Or do you want to call animal rescue?
I want to beat the shit out of it with that.
No one wants to call animal rescue.
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah. What are they going to do?
Nothing.
Rescue the python?
Rescue the animal in distress? Nah.
They're just gonna sit at the edge of the Everglades and eat their PB&Js and do nothing. Pretend they did.
Yeah, the fat cats.
Yeah.
Corporate fat cats! All right. Clutching the bat, you follow Jack as he tears around the side of your house. Where Zelda should be, the backyard is empty. Really?
That's a weird sentence.
Yeah, where she should be, the backyard, she is empty. All right, Jack points at the grass. See? There's a faint, dry trail. It's a little wavy, like something very heavy slithered across the grass. You follow the track onto your neighbor's yard, then cross to another. All these backyards are short with trees here and there. The faint trail turns down a little slope. At the water's edge, it ends. You two stand there, breathing hard. Your neighborhood's backyard shoreline is a little curvy, but everywhere the grass ends at the water. You only lived in this neighborhood for a few months, but Jack remembers when this hadn't yet been filled in and was all wetlands. As far as you can see, the Everglades are a widespread vista of shallow, sun-struck water and wavy grass. A few humps or clumps out there, too, like tree-capped islands. The water's not deep at all, Jack tells you. There are a few channels but that guide said the whole thing's a huge, shallow river. Incredibly wide. You nod. A river of grass, you say, remembering.
What?
We could it's so wistful.
We're just suddenly poetic.
Yeah. A river of grass. We could try to look for Zelda, Jack says, taking a step towards the water. You shake your head. It's hopeless, you whisper.
God.
You haven't even started. The man who gave the snake talk at your school has an airboat tour business out on an old highway not far from your neighborhood. He told your class that the pythons who escaped into the glades can grow to be 15, even 20 feet long. They are naturally camouflaged, usually tan with big dark brown patches. The snake that took Zelda could be anywhere, slithering somewhere through the grass that seems to wave slightly in the breeze out there. Sawgrass, the guy called it. Okay. She's gone, you whisper.
Oh my God.
Jack winces. Those snakes eat bigger animals too, he says. Remember what that guy said? How they kill their prey? What's that word? Constrict, you say. They're from the same family as boa constrictors. They hold their prey tight with their front teeth, then wrap around and squeeze, till you suffocate. Ugh, Jack says. What a way to die. You shudder.
Jackson to autoerotic asphyxiation.
That lucky bitch. That night, you have the awful job of telling your family what happened. Your sister cries for hours, long after you've both gone to bed. You lie there listening to her. All you can do is wish you could have somehow saved the best pet she loved so much. In the morning, walking your sister to meet the school bus, you see a flyer tacked to a telephone pole. Oh, God. Missing beloved cat, small with gray stripes, reward for any information. There's a phone number. As you save the number in your phone, a chill runs up your spine. This is horrible.
So we're going to call and be like, you got eaten by a snake?
Yeah, a snake got it. I watched my dog die yesterday.
Where's my reward?
Like, all you did was walk a little bit further, and then you were like, she's dead.
I like though that we're very down to earth in this one. We seem relatable.
Yeah, and Jack's like hyperventilating over the thought of her being constricted to death.
Well, Jack's your childhood friend that happens to do coke.
Yeah, he's like the weird kid who like eats his scabs and stuff.
Ugh. Is that a cokehead thing?
When Jack joins you on the school bus, you tell him about the flyer. He gets really excited. We know something. We could get the reward. For what, you say? Crushing someone's hope that their pet is still alive? Let's go see that guide, Jack says. He knows about snakes and the Everglades. Maybe he'll help us. He's so horrible. He's like frothing over telling these people that their cat is dead.
I'm kind of surprised. I was expecting it to tell us that, like, we went home and told our parents all the bad news. We heard our sister cry herself to sleep. The end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting it to be the end. You shake your head. Something weird is happening. 2 pets disappearing at the same time from the same neighborhood? That's not normal. Right. So we investigate, Jack says. First, let's call the number on that flyer. We'll find out what they know.
You know,
What do you think?
I don't know why the kids in Homeward Bound didn't immediately think, giant snake.
They're dead forever.
Yeah.
That too.
Might as well get a ton more pets.
Because they lost 3 animals in the same day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
They should be like, flying snakes.
Oh, Shadow, he was such a good boy.
Oh.
Oh, man. Okay, you still don't want to break a pet owner's heart by telling them what you know. Why do they emphasize you?
What you know.
What you know. You do want to solve the mystery before another pet gets taken. If you go, do you want to go see the Everglades guide or call the people and tell them your cat is
I
taken?
want to call the people.
What? All right. Let's see how this goes.
I need to hear this conversation.
When you call a number on the flyer after school, you tell the woman who answers that you're calling about her missing cat. Have you seen Velvet? Do you know where she is?
Dead.
I wanted to say Velveeta real bad, but I didn't. Well, not exactly, you stutter. Please tell me, if what you say leads to Velvet coming back to us unharmed, the reward is 500 smackaroos. The number makes you jump. Then you realize what the woman just said. Did you say she has to come back to you unharmed? I mean, for the reward? You sound like a psychopath. We already skinned her. Is that okay?
Yeah. We already shoved a bunch of fireworks in her.
Yes, of course, unharmed, says the woman. You sigh. What? I guess I can't really help you, you say. What? Why? Sounds suspicious. Did you hurt Velvet? I've got your number on the caller ID. If you took our cat, I'm calling the police. No, please. It's nothing like that, you say quickly. We're just 2 kids who we're 2 ragtag kids.
2 kids who got caught up in the wrong game.
Who kind of hoped we could find your cat to help out, but I don't really think we could. So you just wasted her time. I'm sorry to bother you and all. I really hope you find your cat, you add before hanging up. This is useless. Now you feel terrible. You're pretty sure the woman will never find her cat, and you think you know why. Oh man, Jack says when you tell him, $500 down the drain. Because we skinned that cat. We should call animal rescue, you say. Maybe these 2 cases aren't the only ones, you know? Jack already got his phone out, doing a search. He reads out the phone number just as the school bus pulls up to your stop. Man, they're giving us like a modern book. The kids are like all over their phones and stuff. When the white animal rescue van pulls into your driveway, you rush to meet it. A young woman unfolds herself to step out.
Wait. Did we just do a significant time jump?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just because we ended the last page with the school bus just arrived.
Well, we did a time jump before when we were calling that lady.
I guess.
Wait.
It just seemed weird to go from, like, the school bus just arrived. Also, the white van just
pulls
pulled
up to your stop. But it's after school.
Okay.
Because you called that lady
Gotcha.
after school.
Right.
I don't know why you're latching onto that. Whoa, plot hole?
Look, I can't deal with time jumps.
Anyway, young woman unfolds herself to step out. She has to be 6.5 feet tall. Soft. All in a rush, you 2 tell her what you think happened to Zelda. She says, looking around. Some small pets have been disappearing from waterside properties like this. You mean from all over? I don't know about all over, she says. I've just heard about a couple of pets disappearing from around here. This is a very big subdivision, lots and lots of homes. And lots of pets, Jack says.
God.
Okay, Jack didn't see shit. Jack's been killing the neighborhood pets.
Yeah, he just ate Zelda and was like, oh, there's something happening. Like he slithered in the grass himself.
Just log rolled.
I mean, it's pretty coincidental that you see the Everglades guy. He tells you all about the snakes, and then your pet immediately goes missing.
Yeah.
Jack's a
Much
weirdo.
more likely that Jack has killed the neighborhood pets.
You ask, could it be gulp snakes? This is ... so I had to add it.
Okay.
Oh, that's highly unlikely, she says, waving the notion away. We suspect pet nappers.
Oh, she's going to get eaten by snakes for sure.
Yeah.
I don't believe in snakes.
Never heard of them. That's a ghostly legend I've ever heard of. Why? Well, purebred pets are very valuable. Why does she assume they're purebred? Zelda wasn't purebred, you tell her. We got her from the pound. From the trash. The woman stiffens.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to like having her expertise questioned. We're not really a detective agency, she says kind of coldly. Sorry, I can't help you more. She wishes you luck and drives away. What?
She didn't do anything.
Why was she there? I'm so confused.
No.
She showed up. She got... Wait, so she showed up. She lost an argument with a kid. Got so mad that she was just like, I can't do anything for you. Bye.
Fuck you guys. You think you know better? Whoa, Jack says. She wouldn't even listen to us. You and Jack decide to create a blog.
Wait, what?
That's such a natural reaction to what's happening. I'm gonna blog about it. The disappearing pets of Gladeview Meadows.
Just rolls off the tongue.
TDP OGM, of course. You also put up old-fashioned flyers around the neighborhood. Help us find the missing pets. I don't know why I made it so gay.
Wait, you said TDPOGM?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to think of like other acronyms it could be. The double penetration of Grandma Maybell.
Whoa. Oh my God.
That's it.
You get a couple of anguished phone calls, plus several comments on the blog. Our little Jake was an outdoor cat, one comment says. Well, you had an outdoor cat in the friggin' Everglades.
Yeah.
That's your fault. Irresponsible.
Yeah.
Now we can't find him anywhere. We let Zippy out one morning to do his business, like every morning, another writes. But this time he didn't come back. He always came back. The local paper writes a very short article about your investigation. You get a few comments that are strange. Someone writes, "No one is safe. They'll come for our children."
I bet that was Jack.
That person, yeah.
Yeah.
Next it's going to be kids who will get taken by snakes, in quotes. Another says, "This is why every household should have assault weapons." You two wonder if you made a big mistake getting involved in this mystery. Then you get a phone call. "I know this part of the Glades as well as anyone alive," says a young-sounding guy on the phone. "My people have been here for centuries. I think you've stumbled onto something big." You gulp. You do. "It's very possible," he says. "Humans have put the ecology of the Everglades out of balance, and now some weird things are happening. I've been trying to tell people, but nobody will listen." "I know the feeling," you say. "We have so much in common, and your muscles are so big." "But your blog is starting to get readers," he says. "If you'll work with me, we could make people pay attention." "How?" "Do you have a smartphone?" "Well, sure." "Meet me in the morning at 9. The man says, which was like, at the break of dawn. "Do you know the boat access in Gladeview Acres?" "Yeah, that's our neighborhood." "Meet me there. Bring your phone." It has a camera, right?
Oh.
There's 2 of us, you say. Even better. Bring 2 phones. "My mom won't let me have one."
Then we can get stereoscopic images.
Yeah.
Nice.
On Saturday morning, just as you're about to head out, your phone rings again. "Hello," says a woman. Her voice sounds familiar. "I'm Delia Consul from Animal Rescue." It's that lady. I have to do a bitch voice. "Oh, right," you say. You're the one who didn't believe us. Under your breath. Are you the person who called us... Wait. Are you the person who called this number several days ago? Yes. It was about a missing dog. Yeah, that was me. You say, did you find Zelda? No, but we just had an emergency call from a house on your street, she says. Something about snakes in her pet enclosure. The woman sounds elderly, and she's quite upset. I'm on my way, but I can't get there for maybe 20 minutes. I remember you talking about snakes. Maybe you could run over and see what's happening.
What?
Why would you tell a child to go where there are snakes?
Child, endanger yourself.
Well, that's what you say. Ooh. Just try to calm her down, Adelia says, until I can get there. We depend on help from volunteers. Snakes in an enclosure? It sounds so bizarre. It might be worth checking out. You've just promised to meet the mystery man. Do you want to meet the man, or do you want to check out the snake box?
Man.
Yeah, I would rather check out the mystery man. I'm sure that woman's lived a long, good life.
Okay. You and Jack bike to the boat access. This is where fishermen and other boaters back their trailers into the water. Today, the parking lot is quiet. Channels have been cut to create safe paths for regular boats. Because the water is usually so shallow, only an airboat can safely traverse the Everglades. From out on the water, you hear a distinctive roar. What? As you two stand on shore and watch, an airboat comes zooming towards you. It's an odd-looking craft, flat-bottomed, with its pilot sitting atop a rickety-looking metal platform. Behind this platform is a very large propeller in a big wire cage. It's an airboat. Why did they could just said that?
Well, because maybe some kids don't know what an airboat is.
Everybody knows what an airboat is.
Yeah, everyone knows.
All right.
As the airboat slides to a stop, a wiry young man hops down from the pilot's chair. Tommy Osceola, I think. I don't know how to say that. Tommy Osceola, he says, extending a hand. You're the disappearing pet bloggers, right? That's us, says Jack. Tommy Osceola nods back at his boat. Want to go for a short ride?
Well, he's humble.
It'll be disappointing.
But there's two of you, so it's fine.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you're flying through the Everglades, soaring across its shallows with the boat's engine roaring behind you. Tommy Osceola points out basking alligators, big and spiny-backed. Wide-winged birds lift up gracefully to wheel away from your noisy, careening craft. Tommy steers toward one of the odd little islands that rise from these flat, grassy shallows. He cuts the engine as he glides in. Ew. In the sudden quiet, Tommy tells you this place, he calls it a hammock, is one of his clan's ancestral campgrounds. Your clan? Jack asks, what is wrong with me? That's right, Tommy says. We're... Oh, no. Miccosukee? I'm so sorry.
Spell it.
Miccosukee.
Sure.
The first people of the Everglades.
Of the escalators.
Of the Escalade. I don't know what's wrong with me. Is that like the Seminoles? Different tribe, he says. We're not as well known, because nobody named any teams after us. That's too bad, Jack says. Tommy smiles. Not really. He takes you on a quick tour of this tiny island, showing you its clean-swept areas for camping and campfires. You three sit down in the shade of an ancient-looking, wide-spreading tree. For centuries in the Everglades, Tommy tells you, life was in balance. It's not anymore. Preachy. Not a lot of choices going on here.
Nope.
No.
The Everglades used to cover nearly all of South Florida, except for the coast, Tommy explains. For eons, fresh water flowed slowly south all across this landscape, like a wide, shallow river. That water used to be so clean, but not anymore. Huge factory farms are polluting it. So are new housing subdivisions, like yours. We're just kids, you say. We're just stupid kids. We don't know. I know, it's not your fault, Tommy agrees. But for years, developers have been filling in pieces of the wetland to build houses they can sell to make money. Meanwhile, the government has dammed and channeled the water all over the place. It doesn't flow like it should anymore. Are you thinking like, damn you?
Yeah. They've damned the water.
Jack asks, are the snakes part of that? The pythons? Tommy nods. They're overrunning the Everglades. Giant snakes that aren't from here. They aren't from around here. And that eat almost anything. Why do they keep saying that?
Because they want you to know that you're in danger.
They eat everyone.
Almost. Unless you're so gross, then they won't.
Yeah, teen boys, they won't. Because it's just weird.
Or they mean like they'll eat like, you know, anything, but not all of it. They'll eat almost anything.
Yeah. They've been wiping out the small wild animals, the possums and raccoons and so forth, plus the eggs of the big birds. Well, Big Bird's eggs. That's so sad. Sesame Street was never the same.
I don't remember that episode where he's like crying over his broken
weeping
nest.
and like flailing. When all that food is gone, Tommy says, we've been worried they'll start coming for pets. In all these new neighborhoods on the edge of the water, there's a lot of python prey. If you know what I mean. I added that.
Okay.
Tommy Osceola asks you to meet him back at the boat access tonight at midnight. What? He wants you to be there at midnight? You're children.
Yeah. Sneak out of the house.
It's a stroke of midnight. Burmese pythons are nocturnal, he explains. So are some of the shadier people around here. Why would he say that to you?
To let you know he's cool.
Yeah.
I know where the shady guys hang out. Nervously, you both agree to sneak out and meet him. If you get caught, your parents will be beyond furious. But for some reason, you trust Tommy Osceola. Just after midnight, you're back on the water. This time in a flat-bottomed skiff that Tommy pulls across the shallows to the island. The water shines in the light of a full moon.
Mm.
That's romantic.
Yeah.
He's like doing gondola stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Except with an airboat.
And that's a skiff.
Oh, skiff, sorry.
Don't you know what a skiff is? Because I sure don't.
Everyone
Okay.
knows.
It's flat bottom, that's all I know. Okay, here's the plan, he says when you reach the island. There's a larger hammock, but not far from here, and lately something hasn't been right about that place. I want to check it out. I need one of you to come with me. We'll both come, Jack says, but Tommy shakes his head. I need one person to stay here. For emergency contact, he says. If we get in trouble, we'll call you. Then you can call for help. Tommy reaches into a gym bag he's taken from the boat and pulls out a pistol. Jack's eyes get big. Whoever stays here, Tommy says, I want you to take this, just in case. So do you want to go with him alone?
Yeah.
Or do you want to take the gun and stay?
But if I stay, I get the gun.
I want to see what he wants to do to us.
You see, I'm not that interested in that.
Why don't you want to get invaded by snakes? Wait.
By Tommy snakes?
Yes. Rock, paper, scissors over it.
All right.
Rock. Wait, ready? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot!
Scissors.
Yep. Same.
All right.
Okay, again. Rock, paper, scissors,
Paper.
shoot!
Paper.
Ugh.
Rock, paper, scissors,
Rock.
shoot!
Paper.
Oh. You're gonna take the gun.
Oh.
You're going gun crazy.
All right.
You've chosen to stay. Be very careful with that thing, Tommy says, motioning to the gun in your hand. He shows you how to take the safety off, but he leaves it on when he hands it back to you. You watch him push the skiff away with his pole. Jack sits in the bow.
Crying.
There's no period at the end of that sentence, so I feel like they wanted to add something else. Like, looking pleadingly back at you. You're alone in the Everglades, late at night on a tiny island. This, you remember, is an ancient Indian campground. You can't help wondering, is it haunted? That's racist. Whether it is or not, nothing happens for what seems like a long time. You hear strange sounds. Some are scary. Shrieks, chatters, weird low grunts. But you tell yourself...
Is it coming from the skin?
but you tell yourself, it's only nature. It's just nature. It's just nature.
It's just the forceful love that a man has for a boy. It's just nature.
You recall what Tommy told you. You're always the bigger creature out here, if not the biggest, the smartest, with the most friends, the most muscular. As you sit on a rock in the open, something rustles in the underbrush. It's close by, and what happens next proves Tommy wrong.
Shoot it.
You are not the biggest creature on this island.
Dang,
Oh
who is?
Is it going to be Zelda? I bet you he's got like a headband and a leather jacket.
Aww.
I think saying aw.
The little dog?
That's the wrong. The little dog has a leather jacket.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh.
You said it was.
Well, I said it was a dog, but then Megan said, I wonder who it is, and I thought it was like a dude.
Oh.
All right.
I still was thinking, yeah, the dog with the leather jacket.
Yeah, like when Gizmo, gets badass in Gremlins 2.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, didn't he have a little bandana on?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen Gremlins 2.
You haven't even seen Gremlins 1.
What?
I'm pretty sure I've seen
He
Gremlins
hasn't seen
1.
The Lovely Gremlin.
Oh. He's gotta watch it.
Over in some underbrush, the moonlight catches movement. Something dark is moving in there. Something twisted.
Is it Sauron?
Oh.
Yeah, well, I've got a picture, and yeah, it's Sauron.
Nice.
A raccoon? No, it's big. It's really big. This is so awful. As the thing pushes through the tangled vegetation, you make out a dark figure that rises to its full height.
What?
It's the shape of a human being!
Okay, up until then, I was just thinking like a big penis, like pushing
It's
out
a
of
penis
the
that's the
brush.
shape of a human being.
Ah.
Or like, it's just weird that you would say it's the shape of a human being, but not it's a guy. Like, it's a guy out here. What could it be? Is it a chicken nugget? I don't know. It's the shape of a human. You rub your eyes, but the thing is still there.
I mean, it's Florida. I feel like that's the kind of place where like they call into the news because they find a potato chip that's shaped like Jesus. So
People do that in like the Midwest and the boring states, not in Florida.
well, they do if they eat bath salts first and decide to have some potato chips.
Don't you smoke bath salts?
I don't know. What you
Get
do.
cool, Paul.
Yeah. Wait, is he rubbing his eyes with a gun in his hands?
He's rubbing his eyes with the gun.
Just like the
And then he
twisting the
and then he
nozzle.
like rubs his nose with it. It has to be 8 feet tall, and it looks to be covered in dark hair. This is horrible. You say absolutely motionless. The creature hasn't seen you yet.
guys, humans depend on movement for sight.
Yeah. No, wait. You did. The sentence isn't over.
Oh, sorry.
The creature hasn't seen you yet, but it will. As you try to make your brain work again, a horrible smell hits you, and you remember something.
I just shit myself.
I'm a human, and I poop my pants all the time. Doing research for your blog project, you read stuff on the internet, or you read stuff on the internet about a legendary creature, a Bigfoot of the Everglades. People swear this creature exists. There have been eyewitness sightings, but no one has ever found real proof. Oh my gosh. This is like your story where the Bigfoot was our boyfriend?
Yeah. It's gonna
Except
be your
now I have a gun.
boyfriend.
Yeah, there's a gun in the mix now, so it's gonna get real sexual. All right. Yeah, everyone who has come within 1,000 feet of the man-like creature says it stinks to high heaven. It smells basically. I'm not going to say the rest of that sentence. Like
No.
sulfur.
What does it say?
I'm not going to say it.
Wait,
People call this creature.
I'll read it.
No.
What does it say?
What? I am reading. It smells real bad. Okay. People call this creature the skunk ape. That's really mean. You're looking right at it and smelling it. What the fuck? This is the worst.
The skunk ape.
Hey, skunk ape! No wonder he doesn't want anyone to see him. You could try to call Jack and beg them to come back. You've been alone for a long time. You think they're just sitting right there? But if you move, the creature's going to spot you. It will spot you any second. It's going to see you.
Yeah.
You've got to run for it.
It's like you gotta hide or it'll kill you. It will kill you.
Just a matter of time now. You're about to make a mad dash for the water, thinking it's fatal even to try, when the skunk ape, if that's what it is, allegedly, turns and ambles back into the underbrush. As quietly as you possibly can, you start moving towards some tall grass on the side of the island, away from the creature. Gun in your hand. Placing each foot down gently, you creep across the open ground.
So he was rubbing his eyes with the gun in his hand still.
Yeah. You don't relax until you're pushing into the tall grass. You step down a little slope. It's hard to see in here. As you place your right foot into what seems like a shallow hole, there's a rattling sound and sharp movement all around your leg.
Ew.
Something sharp strikes your ankle. Oh my god.
Is it the skunk ape? Escape?
He's just rattling around your ankle.
Yeah. Sounds like he'd be known for his sharp teeth and rattle.
He just likes maracas, jeez. You've stepped into a nest of rattlesnakes. So that sentence has a period at the end. I just want you guys to know that. You've stepped into a nest of rattlesnakes, period. Falling backward and dropping the pistol in terrified panic, you scramble away from the snake pit. Back on open ground, the moonlight shows you 2 tiny holes in the soft part of your right ankle. Snake bites. That's in italics. You're in terrible trouble. Help! Help somebody! You yell as loud as you can.
Get the skunk ape to suck on ya.
Yeah. I need sucking!
Shoot your foot off.
Somebody please help. I don't want to die. God. You hear something. The underbrush parts and the ape runs into the open. You don't move. If you try to run away now, the venom will only spread more quickly in your system. The skunk ape comes closer. So rude that we're calling him that without even knowing. He looks at you, tilting his head as if he's curious. He looks almost like he wants to help. You hold up your injured leg, beckoning. The creature comes closer. It bends, peers at your leg, and grunts. Now it kneels beside you. Its odor almost chokes you, but you no longer care. You wrap your arms around him. In one giant hand, the skunk ape lifts your leg toward its shaggy head. It bends closer and sucks the rattlesnake venom from your leg. That's a euphemism if I ever heard one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this sounds like some wish fulfillment by the author.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so strong and large. He smells bad. The skunk ape lifts to you, rising to its feet with you in its arms.
I hope he spits the venom in your face.
Open your mouth. It carries you to a spot inside a great thick tangle of roots and vegetation.
You are his
nest.
wife now.
Even though you're dazed, in shock, and semi-conscious, you can tell this is some sort of hiding place. Somehow, you know you're safe. You're very tired. The next thing you're aware of is voices. Someone is calling your name. You sit up, recognizing Jack's voice. You feel all right. The skunk ape must have drawn all the venom out of you. Before you answer Jack, you look all around, but the creature is gone. The end.
Nice.
Fuck your dog.
Yeah.
You got sucked on.
We got a boyfriend. Or
Wow.
girlfriend.
Well, I mean,
No, that sounds like the perfect ending.
yeah. Man, I can't believe we didn't hit any other endings.
Yeah, or actually do anything with the other animals.
Yeah, I wonder if they found anything. Or if
Probably
he just
not.
went off and got sucked on too.
Yeah, they just got sucked on. Everyone got sucked on. It's good night. Full moon.
Well, thanks, Doug Wilhelm. We know all of your weird fetishes now.
Yep.
Snakes, apes,
Smell.
skinning dogs. Smells. Amazing. I really like this. This is really funny.
Yeah. No, I will say this is one of the few ones that I would actually probably be interested in, like, actually reading
Yeah.
all of it.
Nice.
Just because it was so weird.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Because you're into the skunk ape too. Now that you know about it.
And like the lady was like echoing our thoughts, like, "What? You didn't hurt a freaking cat? Like, what is wrong with you?" Does it have to be whole for the reward? How much is a leg worth?
It's like, because I got like half a cat
Yeah.
here.
It's probably yours. I don't know.
Can bring by this afternoon. Well, thank you for reading.
Yep, you're welcome.
No thanks from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever thank Megan.
So, thank you guys for listening. If you'd like to leave us a comment, the best way is through an iTunes review.
Yeah, with 5 stars.
With 5 stars, you can leave your comments, mostly praise there.
Yeah.
However, if you feel like you need more, more space for your praise, you can always email us at strangepathspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, or if you need less space, you can tweet at us at Strange Paths Pod on Twitter.
Well, if you need all the space that you can handle, you can email me alone at bozosglowglobes@gmail.com.
Yeah, send her all your weird snake smell fetishes.
Yeah, I want to know everyone's fetish. We have an email from Tooth Man.
With an F.
Yeah. Says, "Hi, Globy. Is there this now? Thanks for the good." Then he signs it Tooth Man. So I don't...
Tooth Man is now my favorite emailer, and you have to tell us about your life, Tooth Man.
Well, I don't even know how to answer you. I'm just going to say a simple yes and hope that I get a night visit from Tooth Man.
Tooth Man sounds passionate.
Is Tooth
Yeah,
Man
gentle.
like the antithesis of the Tooth Fairy?
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, you give
Assuming it's
teeth
gender.
to the Tooth Fairy. I'm sorry, I thought man kind of gave it
Well,
away.
So,
In any case, if Tooth Person comes
no,
back...
he says Tooth
all
Man.
right. So does Tooth Man give you teeth?
No, I just like them, probably.
He probably shoves extras in there.
I mean, that's probably why you emailed Bozo. Because he found a kindred spirit
Yeah.
in the tooth trade.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like Stevie's.
He needs to find someone that isn't a dentist because they're very depressed, apparently. So anyone in the trade that might not be depressed, he's probably interested in.
I mean, I'd be depressed if I had to stare inside people's mouths all day.
Well, I feel like he would probably make friends with the hygienists more because they do it for the love of it, right? They don't do it for the
Hygienist?
paycheck.
The hygienist got paid well.
I don't know. Ask Tooth Man.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a hygienist.
Well, I don't know Tooth Man's email.
Yes, you do. He emailed Megan.
Oh.
Ask him all your tooth questions.
Yes.
A gem.
That's
A true gem.
the only email.
All right, well.
Well, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.